You can see the tread design looks very nice in scale. I kind of like this tread. Hey guys, welcome back to Revolution XRC and welcome to my next build series. For my next build series, I will be building a kit from TWS RC, and that is the TWS VTR 4x4 kit. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I like to kind of build a variety of different brands. I might not necessarily always pick the most popular brand out there. I do like trying different brands that are not popular in the US. Some of them are just more popular overseas. Some of them are very niche, and some of them are just brand new. Now, TWS RC is a newer brand, but to give you a little bit more background on TWS, if you've been following my channel for a while, back in 2017, I think I did my first build series, and that was on the MST CFXW. At that time, the CFXW was released as a new portal axle rig right before the TRX4 actually. So it came out actually a little bit before the TRX4. But MST had been mainly known for their drift cars and their smaller 1/10 scale rigs that were a little bit more Tamiya sized. So back to TWS. So TWS was basically started by I guess some few ex-employees of MST. So this rig right here is a 1/10 scale rig, but the size of it is similar in the vein of a CFX or a CMX, which is Tamiya 1/10 scale sized. So this VTR is a kit that I have right here, but it also does come in RTR, and it also did come for a short time in a CJ7 Jeep-ish body. I don't know if it's still available. I happen to be able to get a body before they discontinued the actual kit with that body, but I'll get back to that later. To start off, let's just take a look at the box. So here we have the TWS VTR 4x4 kit. It's got a wheelbase of 242 millimeters, and just like MST, it uses some planetary gears. So far, the TWS rigs are all based off of their CTS chassis, so that includes the may or may not be discontinued CJ7 series, but right now their first rig, the VTR, is the CTS chassis. I would imagine that they would build most of the rigs off of this chassis, just like MST builds a lot of their rigs off of the CFX and CMX. Alright, let's take a look at the top and bottom panels. So let's take a look at the top panel first. Alright, so here you can see the layout. It's got a forward mounted motor, and it's got a transfer case with planetary gear transmission right here, and the battery mount is in the rear. So the battery tray area is in the rear like that. Very similar to a G-made sawback. It's also got the battery back here. Alright, you can see some of the features on this truck. Looks like it's got helical gears. And it's got the reverse rotation transfer case, which is supposed to help with torque twist. I never know if it really does, but that's kind of what they say it's supposed to do. G-Made actually did the same thing as well. Here's the planetary gearbox. The CFXWS also had a planetary gearbox, as well as the CFX. Now the CMX does not have a planetary gearbox, so it's mainly the CFX and CFXW and CFXWS that does. You can see here it comes with ball bearings. This is their axle. And you can see their tires. They look like pretty cool tires. Nice scale tires. I'm not licensed, but they look really scale-ish. You can see their shock mounts. This is how their shock setup is. They've got caster angle. And you can see here it's a servo on axle setup. Here it's got goes over a little bit of the body details, so you can see that it's got some hard plastic body details, which is always nice. Roof rack, rear tire carrier, the mirrors, the snorkel, and the windshield wipers. So pretty cool stuff. Just like MST, they add a lot of cool scale details with their bodies. So I would imagine that their bodies are just as detailed as MST bodies. MST does really nice Lexan bodies, and I think TWS probably has the same sources and does a real nice job with Lexan bodies as well. So here's the bottom panel, just kind of like marketing shots. Alright, let's take a look at the side panel. I don't know if you can see that. You can see here, it's just a shot of the underside of the chassis. Relatively flat here, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that at this angle, but it's got a relatively flat skid, which is kind of cool. It looks like the transfer case pops through the skid a little bit, so we'll see how that works out. And here's a top view of the chassis. And again, it's a really bad angle. Sorry about that, but there's just no way for me to get this box underneath this camera right now. Alright, so we've taken a look at the box. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what comes inside. Alright. So, in the box, we've got a set of 5 foams, tire foams, which means it comes with 5 tires. Here are the 5 wheels and tires. Compound feels not bad. It actually feels pretty good, but it's kind of hard to tell until you actually run it. You can see the wheel design here. Now these are not bead locks, these are glue-on wheels, so I probably won't use the wheels because I do like to run bead locks, but you can see the tread design looks very nice in scale. I kind of like this tread, but overall they look like some nice wheels and tires. Got a bag of parts here, so it looks like you've got the transfer case parts, some of the planetary gear parts. Now they're like MST, they've got the bags well labeled, so right there. Here we've got the VTR body. Some hard plastic details for the VTR body. Here's the front grille, the light buckets right here, snorkel, and some of the light lenses. Always good. Here we've got the axle parts right here. Right there, that's the pumpkin axle halves. So in this bag, the links are plastic links. They do have upgrades, but these are plastic links, so I probably will upgrade them in the future. But for right now, this will do fine. Here are the springs for the shocks, or these, actually this is the whole shock setup. So the shock bodies and the springs right there, all in one. Some of the screws and the grease and oil that you'll need, shock oil. This is the front and the rear bumper. ball bearings for the kit. Some more hardware. See how it labels the steps, the bag sergeant steps. More hardware for step 3. Ball bearings and axle shafts and universals or CVDs. And some of the gears here. So diff gears are all in here as well. Okay, now here's something interesting. These frame rails are actually plastic. They are not metal. So they're not stamped metal, they are plastic. The CFXW was metal. I don't know if the CFX or CMX are metal or plastic, but I would imagine that the MST ones are metal. The TWS ones are plastic. Might not be an issue when you bolt everything together. And it's kind of a smaller rig, so I think it'll be okay. But they are plastic. Here are the decals for the VTR body. Oh, actually, no. These are the... You're not supposed to see that. I'll go over that later. Here are the instructions for the VTR. We'll flip through, kind of taste of what the instructions look like. Here's the manual. So you can see how the instructions are laid out. MST and TWS, they really like laying out their manuals this way rather than this way. But it's just how it is. Alright. TWS decals. There you go. And these would be the VTR decals and window masks right here. And just a button souvenir. Now, what I was saying earlier is I actually ordered the CJ7 body along with the VTR kit. I didn't want to buy two kits, and especially since the CJ7 seemed to be discontinued at the time as far as the kit, I had to buy the body separately. But basically, to swap between the VTR body and the CJ7 body, you do need to buy some extra pieces along with the body. So you do need to buy the CJ7 front and rear bumper, and actually this is the extra planetary gear set. These are extra, but you do need to buy this to use the CJ7. And of course, this would be the decal and manual for the CJ7 body kit. So stick that in there. Now, as far as this goes, I believe this was just some kind of extra bonus when I bought the kit. I'm not really sure. It says it's a planetary gear carrier and it's a metal one. But I'll see if I'm going to use it or not. But that's pretty much it. I am excited to start on this TWS kit. I always like building new kits from different and new brands. So this will definitely be a nice experience. Right after this TWS build, I will probably finally get around to building one of my MST CMX or CFX builds. I think it's a CMX kit actually. And we can compare the two afterwards. So thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future updates on this TWS VTR build series. Thanks for watching.